What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks MLB. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a present of our great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I'm getting ready to drive out, going back to South Dakota here. Going to be driving through Utah, Colorado, other things. Ended up having some extra sleep this morning, thank God. Ended up not getting in all the exposure to the Detroit game. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you about some of these locks of late. It's been a disaster. I'm going to be better. Baseball is a long season, but there is no doubt about it. I got to be better for you. I'm going to continue putting in the work, do the process that's made me profitable for 7 years at this damn sport, and I'm going to find ways to get you guys in the winning column. Like, hey, I ended up on Senga K's this afternoon. We actually won on K's with Senga. So good things are happening. Nolan Arenado home run yesterday. You didn't even end up with the guys that we needed to have hit home runs today in the lineup. So those are voided tickets. But I repeat, 6 games on Thursday. We bunkered down. Well, I bunkered down and producer Jacob bunkered down too. He's doing a great job there. Manning the ship here of this video. I promise you, stick with me through the hard times. If you don't deserve me, you don't deserve me at my best if you can't handle me at my worst. And I have been at my worst. There's no doubt about it. Enough bullshit. Let's get to work. Nobody cares. Nobody wants the sob story. BetMGM. Get yourself a guaranteed W. You get up to $1,000 of bonus bets back when you make that first bet if it loses. So here you go. This is what you do. You go to the video description box below. You're going to get 2 free months to my premium Discord as well. So that's below too. If you want to just join that outright, go right ahead. But you might as well sign up for BetMGM while you're at it. Get up to $1,000. It's not a risk-free bet, but you get bonus bets back. So if you bet $100 and it loses, you're going to get $100 in bonus bets back, all the way up to $1,000. That is heavy ammunition to be able to fire off. Always be responsible. Always know your bankroll, but having that opportunity at these multiple sports books to take advantage of their offers and to be able to guarantee yourself a little bit of equity, no matter what, that's a huge deal. So check out BetMGM in the video description box below, only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, I am focused. I'm ready to rock. There's not going to be any jokes, intentional jokes. There might be a couple jokes. I'm not dry by any means, but here's what's going to happen is that I got my game face on. I'm done with this BS. I'm ready to win you some tickets. So let's go cash some things, put the team on my back, yo. Producer Jacob, let's get to the picks. Our first game of the night, pretty interesting spot with you've got Tyler Wells, righty, Tyler Anderson, lefty, couple Tylers in the house here on this one in Baltimore for another rendition, a nice morning rendition, 12:35 p.m. Eastern time, 9:35 Pacific time, first pitch. Pretty interesting stuff from Tyler Wells, his last outing. Came out of the middle of nowhere. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the Orioles do have a guy. 0.72 whip, 2.68 ERA, by far the best starter that they have so far this season on the Baltimore side. He's going to have to carry this team quite a bit when he's on the mound. Can he keep it going? I don't know. The K rate, it seems like something that he's starting to figure out from time to time. Has 7 and 8 Ks, but in between that against, Atlanta and Kansas City on the road, both road matchups, only 4 strikeouts there. So maybe there's something where he feels comfortable being a righty out there. Well, it's a little strange because, again, right field hasn't changed its dimensions there in Camden, but either way, Tyler Wells has been a very solid pitcher. There's not a whole lot to be picking on outside of the 449 expected slugging, 40.8% hard hit percentage. Tyler Anderson's not good though, friends. 14.4% K rate, 358 xWOBA. Pretty fascinating stuff that we're looking at here, but generally speaking, these teams have been a lot better in terms of lineups than what you would expect. And part of it, Hunter Renfroe's just been raking against right-handed pitchers as well. It's a little bit surprising to me, and Tyler Wells has been awesome, but I do expect there to be an opportunity maybe for some of these righties. Mike Trout, Hunter Renfroe, whomever else there from that Angels lineup. You have Rendon on the IL here again, so he won't be there, but lots of pieces from this Angels lineup that might be undervalued for an afternoon baseball game. Maybe we can ratchet up the heat there a little bit. That would be helpful, but I'm looking at some home run props in this building, and I'm just going to be leaning on 2 of them from this first game. We're going to have 2 leans, 2 likes, 2 locks. I don't even think it was meant to work out that way, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I said I wasn't going to make jokes. I hold to that. That's just a movie quote. Bruce Almighty. Great flick. And Ryan Mountcastle on the other side of this one, we should be liking a lot of this righty power for the Orioles. Yes, Tyler Anderson gets to deal with those fences, those extended fences. That's a good thing to deal with as a left-handed pitcher on the road. But just a 14.4% K rate. You know by now, one of my favorite things is guys who tend to strike out a little bit more. Ryan Mountcastle, 23.5%. Anthony Santander, 26.8%. Gunnar Henderson, 30.5%. When they get in a matchup where a guy doesn't have good strikeout stuff, they bring their power to the table. And Ryan Mountcastle, 47.4% hard hit percentage and a team-leading 588 expected slugging, 16.3 degree average launch angle. If he hits Tyler Anderson, and hit Tyler Anderson, I believe he will, it's going to go a very long freaking way. So, 2 home run props on the day, and they both come from the same game. Get your popcorn ready in this morning window. Ryan Mountcastle, the home run, and Hunter Renfroe to home run. Again, the Hunter Renfroe play, because he's been better against righties so far this season. I don't know if that continues here, but in a matchup against Tyler Wells, where you're probably going to be getting north of plus 450 to find out, happy to be taking him as a long shot play as well. We head to the Mets hosting Tampa Bay, and I got to repeat it again. Can't believe I cashed a Senga over on Case. It was incredible stuff. 12 strikeouts from the young man. Nice to see all of that research finally come to fruition. You knew it was there. And of course, he doesn't just beat the crap out of his prop, but I didn't ladder it. Of course, I didn't ladder it today. That would have been too convenient. But I was a day off with who the starter was going to be for Tampa Bay. Taj Bradley going to be on the bump for Thursday. Yes, officially recalled before this program. He was awesome at the big league level so far this season. 237 xWOBA, 177 expected batting average, 38.3% K rate. Don't know why Tampa Bay decided to send him back down there. Obviously, there's a lot of rules against doing some of the Chris Bryant stuff days of yore. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Service time. Yeah, it is what it is. But Taj Bradley was 3-0, 3.52 ERA, 0.91 whip. Thought he had some really good stuff. Had one struggle outing, his last one there. 3 earned runs, 2 homers given up to Houston. But all in all, by and by, really good stuff from a young arm there in Taj Bradley. Going to face a Mets team. They don't strike out a ton. They do have some struggles on the offensive end that they've had to deal with themselves. So I think it's a really good spot to be looking at here on the Tampa Bay side, especially because they're going to be facing Tyler McGill, who has really interesting StatCast data because he's got a 34.1% hard hit percentage. It might lead you to believe pretty good stuff for the 27-year-old, right? No. The K rate from 25.5% last season, with about the same amount of sample size as we have this year, is down to 17.3%. The four-seamer is down 1.5 miles in velocity this season. I think he is due to get completely lit up soon. He's got a 5.89 expected ERA, 4.02 ERA, and who is he facing? Oh yeah, just the best team in baseball against right-handed pitching so far this season's friends. Lock button Tampa Bay. I do not agree with this line in any way, shape, or form. Pretty clear cut. My favorite play on the board. Don't do me like Erod did, that's for sure. Taj Bradley's going to get it done for you guys today against Tyler McGill, who I think gets completely lit up here. Tampa Bay, money line, lock it up. Normally, this would be a disgusting game to talk about, but we've actually had some fun pitching matchups with Washington and Miami. Miami doing the hosting here. Trevor Williams, he's not the guy I'm talking about. He's pretty awful. 4.23 ERA, 1.30 whip for the Nats so far this season. Don't really like anything that we've seen from him. He gets the easy matchup there with the Miami Marlins, so that there's at least that. But, my friends, we're of course talking about Yuri Perez, who ended up making his debut, his long-awaited debut, one of the best pitching prospects in baseball. He went out there trying to strike out everybody. 88 pitches in 4 2/3, gave up 2 solo shots, but 7 strikeouts to boot. Nice to see it transfer immediately. Now, that was a Cincinnati lineup, and now this is also going to be a Washington lineup. You can't ask for 2 easier matchups for your first 2 starts in the bigs, so we got to take it with a grain of salt. But I looked at the pitch mix coming over from AAA because I just wanted to know, what are we going to be getting with this young individual? Because, well, does he have the velocity? Does he have everything else that we're kind of looking for? Well, 97.5 miles per hour on the 4-seamer. The slider looked like it was absolutely moving. Now, the tough thing He's got to get to that curveball a little bit more. Just 12 times he threw that pitch, had a 44.4% whiff percentage, had a .051 expected batting average. I think that's going to be a nice major league pitch. The four-seamer is what got him in trouble. A couple of elevated pitches that got taken out for a ride, 2 homers in that spot. Got to avoid some of those barrels, but love seeing strikeout stuff from the 6'8", 20-year-old absolute pitching phenom here. So, I don't know. Seems like a spot you should like. The only reason that this isn't going to get jammed is because how could you possibly go out and trust the Miami Marlins lineup on a day-to-day basis? Answer, you don't. But the run line, -1.5, is actually on Odd Shopper as one of the best plays on the board as of right now. Now, that is a market-based approach. We're looking at all the lines around the industry right now, coming to a conclusion on which ones might be more inaccurate than the others. And this, my friends, you can sign up for below in the video description box below. 7-day free trial to sign up and check out everything over at Odd Shopper. I love when I see my projection stuff match up with the market-based approach over at Odd Shopper. It's a marriage. Like, I don't know, no jokes. I said no jokes. Miami, -1.5. We like it. We also like BetMGM, my friends. Yes, BetMGM, amazing promotion going on with them right now where you can get access to my premium Discord. Yes, the Lindy Insider Discord, the Odd Shopper Premium Discord, all below there. When you sign up at BetMGM, you got myself, Eitan Shander, who's on the parlay heater of all heaters. Makes me feel bad about my plays because, again, he just keeps raking. You've got my guy, Ben Raza, myself, Isaiah Suarez, so many great, amazing analysts. Day in, day out, 2 months of that completely free just when you take advantage of this BetMGM promotion. You go to the link below, use promo code OSInsider. Yes, OSInsider, sitting right there in that video description box below. You can copy and paste that in. Takes you about 2 minutes to sign up at BetMGM. And then you're going to get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if that first bet doesn't hit. So bet 50, you'll get 50 back in bonus bets if it doesn't hit. If it hits, you're going to get your money. So that's fantastic stuff. Check out BetMGM, yet another sports book that we constantly refer to in that premium Discord. On this video, all the time, have some of the best total bases and hitter props that you are looking at across the entire industry. So if you like making money, get access to all of these sports books all the sports books you possibly can. One of them being the great folks over at BetMGM. Take advantage of it only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, we're at the halfway point. 3 more games to get to. Let's get to it. We have the White Sox and Cleveland, and an interesting couple of pitchers here too. I really do enjoy this slate, breaking it down, because I think there are a couple of edges here and there, and I have this as a lean right now, but I could see myself pulling the trigger on this play. We have Logan Allen on the mound going up against Dylan Cease, and as good as Logan Allen was touted, as much as people were talking about how incredible he's been, yada, 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 I had my concerns, and I think they came to fruition for the first time against the Angels there. 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, 4 1/3, 96 pitches. A lot of pitches, not a lot of work put in there for the Cleveland Guardians in that spot. My major thing with him has just been the expected batting average is way worse than you might expect for a guy with a 3.43 ERA. And this is a pretty decent sample size. He's not up there at 700 pitches like a lot of pitchers. He got the later call up. But 378 pitches so far for the 24-year-old. 8 barrels. 12.7% barrel rate is pretty darn high, and they're coming off with a 507 expected slugging. The 25.3% K rate is definitely good. The matchup against the White Sox is definitely good too. So there are definitely some positive signs. But the reason I'm actually looking at backing him here in this spot is because that sweeper specifically is going to be a pitch that I think tricks up a lot of these righties going forward. Now, he's thrown it primarily to left-handed bats. He's throwing almost constant fastballs to right-handed pitchers, but I think the sweeper is going to start getting intertwined a little bit more against both hands, and that changeup against right-handed bats has been incredible. In fact, neutralizing right-handed bats, 39.5% whip percentage, and well, the only hitters that I'm remotely worried about for the White Sox all hit from the right side. Luis Robert, you can take your Gavin sheets and have fun with that, but I'm saying for this lefty specifically, he has got to have that pitch working so that he can face some of these righty bats and get some easy outs. I think if that changeup and sweeper combination can be what I think it can be against this White Sox team, this line is undervalued, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Part of that is that I still kind of have a tender spot in my heart for the other side of this, for the other side of this game. Dylan Cease, one of the guys that I thought could have competed for an AL Cy Young coming into this season, still has good strikeout stuff, 25.5% K rate, but the walks, 10.4%. They are right where they left off last season, and the K rate is down 5% despite it being a decent number. That expected ERA from 2.70, which was top 10% in baseball last year, down to up to 4.28 this season. So I think we have some concerns here for Dylan Cease that I kind of want to target a little bit more than Logan Allen, who I think has the right pitch mix for this matchup specifically. And again, just avoid the Luis Robert bomb and you're probably in good shape. So Cleveland money line is going to be a lean at the current number, but I am very, very heavily considering adding it to tomorrow's betting card. Only 6 games, but we do have 2 locks, and well, happy Jose Barrios Day. To all who celebrate, hug your loved ones. It's good stuff. I said I wasn't going to make jokes. No more jokes, Eric. There we are. That wasn't even a joke. It wasn't funny. Jose Barrios on the mound going up against Nestor Cortes here, and Cortes ran into some issues the last couple outings. Texas, Tampa Bay, things have been in flux. We always knew that K rate wasn't going to last. I think that pretty much everybody did. It's right around 23.2%. Last season still feels like it's going to be a little bit of an outlier towards the Nestor Cortes, end of the story here. 26.5% that K rate last year, 23.2% so far this season. He's throwing all fastball, and he does not throw the fastball very fast, sitting right around 92. It's got just enough RPMs and just enough movement where it's been effective to a certain extent. 302 expected slugging for batters up against it, but now hitting 253 in the expected batting average department. That is going to be troublesome considering last season, 1.57. But, my friends, you're getting the price to be able to figure it out. And on the other side of this one, it's Jose Barrios, our old friend. Now, haven't been targeting him a whole heck of a lot of late. And it hasn't, a little bit of it has been intentional, but part of it is that I have seen the drastic improvement in just inducing ground balls from him. So far this season, he's had at least 7 ground balls in every single outing. And generally what that leads to is either weaker contact, or when it's hit hard, at least there is a chance that it gets scooped up, put into the first baseman's glove. So you're looking at better opportunities with a higher ground ball rate here for Jose Barrios. With that behind us, let's talk about the reasons we're going to be locking going up against him at plus money here with these Yankees. I just don't find this to be a sustainable slurve pitch that he's added to the mix. Yes, this slurve, as they're going to call it, he's had it forever and he's throwing it now more than ever. But the way that it works out, it's got a lot of RPMs on it, but it has not been effective in avoiding slugging. 419 expected slugging. Sinker is next primary pitch, 467. And if he tries to throw fastballs, he's going to get lit up because it's 94 across the heart, 680 expected slugging. Well, you get Aaron Judge back in there, and if you're not going to be missing bats, which he's never been a high strikeout guy, last season 19.8%, this season 22.8%, those are on the lower end for what you would want for a starting pitcher facing this Yankees lineup. I think he's going to be running into a lot of bats. Friends, Aaron Judge is back, 704 expected slugging. You got Anthony Rizzo, 481 expected slugging, getting the platoon. You got Jake Bauers, welcome to the program, sir. Where did this come from? 17 batted ball events, 606 expected slugging. No matter what the Yankees do, they always find some of these pieces, and Harrison Bader's cooled off a little bit, but he's still got a 430 expected slugging, which is way better for Harrison Bader than I ever was expecting. So this has more to do with the value attached to the number. You're getting a really good lineup going up against Jose Barrios and Nestor Cortes. Yes, has he struggled? Absolutely. But I still find him to be a much better pitcher than the 5.53 ERA, and then this number indicates. So the Yankees on the money line, second lock on the day. Nice to be able to get that one through. And our last game of the night, nice, quick, breezy, easy little Thursday night here. We're looking at Julio Urias and the Los Angeles Dodgers facing the corpse of Adam Wainwright and the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, Urias has just continued to impress me with everything he does. Always low in the walk department, great control, 4.3% walk rate. Love seeing that because, well, early on in his career, that was the question when he was 19, 20 years old. Could he trim the walks, which were right around 10, 12%? He's been outstanding since the pandemic. 3 years straight now where he's been sub 6% in that category. Phenomenal stuff, especially because he doesn't overwhelm you with velocity either. 93 miles per hour, but he throws a slurve that would make Jose Barrios blush. That's for sure. The lefty here on this side of it throws a very slow sub 80 mile per hour on that, but boy, does it have spin. 2,824 RPMs. That is crazy. That is crazy stuff we're looking at. It's probably why batters have a 192 batting average and a 216 expecting batting average against that pitch. Love seeing that he's throwing it more and more and more. Now, in the last couple outings, that is, because the usage overall from 2022 to 2023 is down a little bit, but I like the way this pitch mix works going up against this specific team. And Adam Wainwright on the other side of this one, we know you got to tread lightly when you're facing these Los Angeles Dodgers, especially when they're facing righties, second best in terms of WRC plus in baseball against right-handed pitching. You just saw James Outman just screw over my Minnesota Twins there today. I didn't bet them. I didn't bet that game. But James Outman goes yard, hits his second career grand slam there. They have power up and down that lineup. Again, all the protection that he has, 1 through 5 there. And then you get to Outman. Falls off a little bit of a cliff with this lineup there, getting to Miguel Vargas. But something tells me late night feature baseball game here. Not a lot else going on. Adam Wainwright. This might be like Custer's last stand kind of a deal for Adam Wainwright. He hasn't been good this season. 15.6% K rate, 475 expected slugging. But I think he can do just enough, bring that 41-year-old veteran whatever to the plate here. And the way I have it projected out, he's not going to be missing bats as is. He has a 5.49 expected ERA. It's completely dog shit. But here's the thing. I think the number's just too high. It shouldn't be hanging a 9 on this game in St. Louis. Humidity's still down. We're not to the dog days of summer yet. Think it's still a pretty tough spot here for me to want to go invest. If I did anything, maybe I'd look at the St. Louis side, having a home run prop on our guy Nolan Arenado, running that one back. But still, I'm firmly on the under of this one for a half unit. So just decent play to get ourselves out of here. If you get to 8.5, go ahead and stay away. But at 9, if you can find the 9s that are lingering around, like at FanDuel Sportsbook right now, happy to be putting that on the card. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays on Thursday's slate. Quick and breezy, easy 6-gamer that we had before you. Don't know why I said that twice during the course of a video. Whatever. We're going to get ourselves on out of here. Check out NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks, where we've been running red hot. Thank God, because we've needed it. MLB, I'm going to get you on track here. Trust the process, baby, just not in the Philadelphia way. That's great stuff. Check out BetMGM. Go to that comment section below. Check out everything that we have to offer, not just BetMGM, but all the other great offers here on Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Until Friday, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Thursday.